It's showing what you do. Nah.
Ah.
Yeah, cause this is down here.
Somebody check on their phone, see what the organization looks like. It looked like it's going to be still standing up.
So it's live right now.
Yeah, but I'm saying what the image looked like. Is it sideways?
Yeah, it's like it's probably
Sideways.
right there. Yeah.
End it, and then already do it. It was looking frosty. Come on. Ain't it?
It okay?
We're in debt the whole time. Okay, he's created a system where you're not able to be at peace in this place. Okay, there is no peace. Okay, and it's only going to get worse as the agenda continues to be rolled out. Okay,
Yeah, who's the devil, man?
Exactly.
The elite bankers, man.
the elite bankers.
The elite bankers, which happens to be Edomites. All right, they come. Their forefathers Esau. Esau's forefather was Cain. All right. So that's the devil. That's Satan. You know, spiritual demon Satan works through the so-called white man. All right. So that's the devil. The scripture is talking about Revelation 12 and 12, man. All right, because when you come down with his agenda, you know the whole earth is the whole earth is going to be in turmoil. It's going to be in chaos. All right, people dying all over the place. You know, martial law set up, all that shit, man. Craziness.
He's managed to confuse everybody. The whole world is confused right now. Okay, the whole world is being corralled and being cornered into this new system where you can't get around it. There is no way out of the system if you're in this world, right? Either you're gonna be forced to make a decision pretty soon. Either you worship the image.
Revelation 13 and 14. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start here at 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Exactly. That is going to come down to that. Persecution. Okay? If you don't bow down to the system, if you don't take that CHIP, okay, it's going to be put out the decree, right? The king is going to put out the decree that if you don't get with the program, you out to be put to death. That simple. Okay? So there's no black and white as to what the mark is. Okay? It's pretty clear. It's pretty obvious. We know where this is going. It's a technological Tower of Babel. Okay? This is a technocracy. This man, he is not spiritual. He's trying to get under your skin. Okay? He's trying to get under your skin. Through this predictive programming, he's been telling you the whole time what he's trying to do. For decades now, he's been telling us what his end game is. Okay? Where the future of humanity is going according to his plans. He's trying to reduce the population, okay, with the shots, with wars, with the food, with the alphabet soup.
The wars he's conjuring up, the civil wars, you know, the world wars, you know. Then the nuclear war.
This is Revelation 6. And I'll start here at 4. It says, and there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword.
A great sword. That's wasn't that one of Esau's blessings? The sword. Okay, ever since this man came back into power, what happened? There's been nothing but wars on the earth.
That's understand when he was last in power.
Exactly.
Hear about the Romans, freakism and war.
Yeah.
All right, the same is the both of those. This West America swallowed up in both of those. Okay, you can even read the architecture to see that. But I mean, the two-party system, the democracy versus the one king, dictator over everybody. They put it that way, even though it's still real. It's an illusion.
It's modeled after every wicked kingdom that's ever been ever existed in the earth. The Egyptians, the America took on that vibration. Okay? And then these wicked rulers, we see what they're doing now. Everybody sees it. Hey, we saw it. There's nowhere to hide now. The agenda's out in the open.
God. And also, it's not even because Esau is revealing Esau. And the conservative Christians, and a lot of them are preaching certain prophecies as well, man. You know, now they don't have the full truth. Understand that the full truth is here with the men of Yahweh Shem Shai, but they're still exposing this devil on some sort of level to warn people as well, man.
And they're very unhappy with their rulers.
Yeah.
Okay, with their governors, their legislators, okay, their senate, their presidents, the world leaders are not doing the right thing.
And happiness is going to turn into these people going to attack
Government.
the princes, it said in the scriptures, the princes and their kings. You know, everybody's going to hold them ransom, you know, kill them, you know, take their families, hold them ransom,
Yeah, they
kidnap them, all that shit.
They've already done it to a little level, you know, when they put a lot of accounts happen when they put like the pig's head on the senators or the mayor's houses. They like throw blood and shit on their property, you know, to let them know that they're not untouchable, man. You know, so it's only a matter of time before hell breaks loose, before all these certain laws that's preventing them from doing these things are going to be disannulled, man.
You see what happened in Sri Lanka last year when they stormed the president's mansion? Yeah.
It's just all chaos worldwide, and everything. This has been happening to our people. The oppression has been happening to us for 500 plus years, right? And it was all good when it was just us. But now that these everyday Edomites, now they're feeling it. Now they're unhappy. Now it's a problem. Now we all got to come together against this.
Yeah.
No, that's your problem. You're gonna deal with them. Okay? We're not on the same boat. We were never on the same boat with these people. Okay? Welcome to our world of oppression and barely getting by. Okay? Now that's just a reality for everybody. More than half of the people in this country have no savings.
They lost it during the lockdown.
Yeah, this was the largest money grab that I've ever seen. Millionaires became into billionaires, and billionaires became trillionaires with this pandemic.
Middle class got eradicated.
Okay, while everyday people getting stripped of their liberties and the resources are being hoarded. Yeah, the taxation, man.
Part of the money grab also is price hikes, gas, all the stuff is going on. That's just one way for keeps less money in your pocket. Inflation is a silent tax.
Inflation.
It's a silent tax, right?
Oh yeah.
When
when the conditions get to that point, that's when you're gonna start to see crime just skyrocket. Right? This is why, like you saw in LA, what was going on. You had Jake running up in them stores, grabbing shit. People waiting outside of Walmart to catch. They see a woman by herself with a shopping cart full of food, following her home toward her driveway. You're gonna have a lot of that just going on another level.
And sometimes they're not even waiting till to follow them home. They just getting it right there in the parking lot.
Well, I seen this video. I think it was recent. I don't know where it was, but all these Jakes went up in the Target. They just ransacked.
I seen that.
Bro.
I seen that.
Like 100 or more. That's crazy.
And that's why supposedly Walmart is shutting down all these stores nationwide. You know, which that's a lie too. They got another. Walmart's part of the agenda. All right, they're part of the plan.
Of course.
You know, so we know where this is going. But hey, our people are, man, we hate to say it, but they're just out of control, man. You know.
But look how deep we've been squeezed by this damn people with oppression. We've been squeezed. Don't get us wrong. It's our fault too. But this devil ain't acting right, man. If he was acting right, shit can run smooth. With him in control. He's fucking it up for everybody. But this is the situation that it had to come down to, that we get out of this. But at the same time, our people got to get judged with the rest of the people of the world.
Yeah.
So this is all coming up to where our people are out of control. They're going to get judged, as well as our captors, our oppressors are going to get judged in the same way.
They still don't understand that this place is just full of snares. Everywhere you go in America, it's a snare for a Negro, for a Latino, for a Native American, man. It's just pitfalls everywhere. You're falling into the devil's trap, man, by doing what he programmed you to do, which is to act like a freaking animal. So now he's justified bringing that freaking sword against you.
Gotcha. It's, Psalms chapter 10, verse 8. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages, in his secret places doth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privately set against the poor. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doeth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net.
This whole time, the motherfucker hates you. Since the time of when Isaac was getting ready to pass away, Esau said, man, I'm gonna get my brother Jacob, man. I'm gonna slay my brother Jacob. This whole time in America, what has he been doing? Setting up traps for you. Drugs, gangs, rap music, prison systems.
Why we got the worst music that constantly pushes what I'm looking for?
Wicked vibration?
Yeah, but it's basically a mantra or hypnotizes us, out for lack of a better term, to get us to do all types of things that send us to prison. Yeah. Adultery. Now look, we commit adultery. It's all in our music. We commit adultery. What happens? We kill somebody for sleeping with our wife, or they kill us for sleeping with their wife, and now one of us is in prison and one of us is in the grave. You don't hear that in country music. You don't hear that in jazz. You don't hear it nowhere else.
Yeah, we're the only people that make music talking about killing our brothers, our own people. That's evil. Whoredom.
Okay, but when Ice Cube was talking about you let a Jew break up my crew,
Yep.
we gotta stop that. We gotta put that off the. Y'all gotta edit that. That's anti-Semitic. When you start talking about
Was that 30 years ago?
yeah, when Jake was in that revolutionary spirit 30 years ago, a lot of that content had to be censored.
Damn.
Because they didn't want they wasn't gonna market it. Right? They sound militarized, they sound like they get ready to rise up. Esau's threatened by that. When niggas get back to rapping about hitting the block, hitting the corners, drive-bys or whatever, that was all right. And that's what's gonna sell, and that's what's gonna make them money.
That's why Esau gave gangster rap a real big push in the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s. because that, I won't say conscious, but that we say militant. That was like, Jake was starting to not, wake up to a degree of the bullshit. Say, nah, we got to hit him with this, and they hit Jake hard with that gangster rap shit.
Hit them with crack.
Yep.
Now they're waking up to crack. And now they're not. If they, in our music in the late 80s, it wasn't crack smoking. It was a crack dealing.
Let's put it in the music.
Now, but we gotta get them on the drugs so they can get the chronic.
Yeah.
Then they get the chronic. Now we smoke.
Like, nigga, I didn't know what the fuck chronic was until I was a kid though, but still, like, what the fuck is that?
But that weed culture in black culture, right?
Yeah.
That's wickedness sells.
Oh yeah. Oh,
It's the hot commodity, so to speak.
yeah.
That's how these nations, have gotten their wealth too.
Yeah.
From causing us to commit wickedness, man, to sin. Sin, right? Sin is
Sin is in. Think about the degeneracy of the sin.
Right.
yeah, they call good evil. This man, this whole time, he's been setting up traps. He managed to turn us into two people against each other, which was a curse. That would be fallen on us. He didn't even got to do it no more. He just enables you. He gives you all the avenues, and he puts it right there on your plate. It's his dainty meats, right? And he hey, eat. Go at it. That's the moment. All right.
Habakkuk 2, verse 15. Woe to him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him, and makest him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness.
Yeah. He funds the shit that our people are into. Literally funding every wicked fucking genre our people are into. Whether it's the alphabet, music, Hollywood, all right, entertainment, all facets of entertainment are funded and controlled by this man.
Wait, going back into the music, right? It used to be back like, we had our fair share of, wicked nigga shit, but you also had variety. Jake was, they didn't just talk about the same shit. Jake talking about their upbringing. Jake talking about this and that.
Jake would tell a story
He'll
sometimes.
tell stories. But now, everybody's fucking talking about the exact same shit.
Exact same
Everything sounds the same. And he's pretty much helped to craft that sound. Where, there's going to be one particular sound that everybody's going to have to emulate if they want to be marketable.
Yeah.
If they want to sell, if they want to become popular. Esau, he helped, change the direction.
Esau perfected
into
that.
that.
He perfected
Because
that
that's
shit.
where he puts his money in.
Yeah.
You have, in order for you to become big in the music business, you got to have the machine behind you. If you don't have that machine, you're not going to get the proper backing and marketing. And that means you ain't getting no spins. The DJs ain't finna spin you in the club, or none of that. So Esau knows what particular artist to stand behind, because that's who he's gonna choose to influence Jake.
I want to make a quick point. It's like,
Hey, before Future, niggas wasn't rapping about doing drugs.
right.
This nigga come in the game, that's popular now.
Yeah.
When who was it? When niggas basically started to get tatted up all of a sudden. Wayne. But even prior to that, Pop. Everybody wanted to hop on that wave.
Yeah, we're doing the drugs.
You know?
The thug
Yeah.
era.
Yeah. And then you had all the pop songs. You know?
I did like and then you incorporate dresses.
All these dudes wearing shorts.
No, but no. When you first hear a song, that's just bad. 3 months later, you done heard it 2 million times, 200 times. Nasty shit. You heard
Right,
it.
man.
Nasty shit. I can't stop saying it. I can't stop singing this shit.
Man, that shit.
It's witchcraft.
Cause that's them behind them spins. You got that witchcraft pumping in your head. Now you lock into it.
It's witchcraft,
Yeah.
bro. It puts this modern music puts
And they
spirits in you.
They literally do pray over this music.
Put spirits on you.
Ecclesiastes 12:4, and the door shall be shut in the streets when the grinding of when the sound of the grinding is low, when he's no jobs, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low.
Yeah, this is the quality, right? The quality of everything is specifically right now the music. It's at its lowest. It's the depravity.
Yeah, it's terrible.
The depravity,
Content is
right?
low, the moral standard of it.
There's no
Love
morals.
music. No love music. Fucking somebody else's work. Throwing it away. You know, music is the highest form of music. What we're doing now. This is a song, man. This is the music right here, man.
Yeah.
This should be music to your ears. if anybody is sparked to like, man, the world is fucked up, man. Why? This should be music to your ears.
Bro, you know how this music puts demons on you. This song will literally get rid of those demons,
Cleanse it,
man.
like,
You know?
it's better. Hey, it's was that Ecclesiastes 7. It's better to hear the rebuke of the wise than to hear the song of fools. Because all you listening to is a bunch of madness. When you turn that damn, you're 15 in your damn trunk, and you just blowing your fucking your eardrums out, and you just putting up with spirits on you. You know?
Smoking blunts,
Yeah.
you know?
The weed adds to it. You know, it just puts you in a certain mood. You know, and that's been detrimental. You know, for our people. But Jake don't see it because, like the scriptures say, they're a foolish nation.
Yeah.
You know, they're foolish. You know, you used to have you know, like in hip hop, you even have female rappers. And you had the Trinas and, you know, the dots, the OG dots of rap. But back then you had, you know, the Lady of Rages and the Rod Digger and
Queen
Latifah,
MC Light.
Yo, Roxanne. You had them, you know, and they will all have their own unique styles. But now you got all the women that's in rap now, same fucking bitch.
Straight hoes,
Yeah.
bro.
All hoes, bro. And that's all they can rap about.
Stripper
Thought rap.
hoes, stripper hoes.
That's what it is, thought rap.
Yeah.
Stripper hoes, man. They used to be on the pole, now they in the studio.
Right.
And those are the chicks. Their music, that's what's influencing the young chicks,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
young women.
Cause they seen a bitch like Cardi B was a rapper / prostitute. Be a big time rapper.
Yeah.
So it's, you know,
Super fast.
yeah.
Now she can speak on politics.
Yeah.
I know,
Yeah,
but
big-
now kids,
yeah.
it's all up in the White House.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Megan Thee
these,
Stallion getting applauded by Maxine Waters.
yeah, these are leaders.
You got
Huh?
the bitch Megan Thee Stallion throwing out the first pitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's, come on, man.
See,
Like
these fellas know what they doing by putting them out there.
Like these are our leaders. Like,
They reward that behavior in our people, you know? And our people they have a covetous spirit on them, you know? They want to make it out, so the avenue is there, right? There's, like Biggie said, either you're slinging crack rock or you got a wicked jump shot. Either you're a freaking a sports entertainer, which you still got to sell out. You still doing things behind closed doors, you know? Or you a straight up nigga out here selling drugs to your own people.
this vibration in which we're speaking of. There's 1 Samuel 16, and I'll start here at 22. Matter of fact, I'll start at 21. It says, and David came to Saul and stood before him, and he loved him greatly, and he became his armor bearer. And that's spiritual as well, man. That he became his armor bearer. Understand the armor is what we need in order to, continue within the truth, man.
And in this truth, the armor is the word, right?
Exactly. It goes into the shield of faith, the breastplate of righteousness, the helmet of salvation, the feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. It says 22, and Saul sent to Jesse, saying, let David, I pray thee, stand before me, for he hath found favor in my sight. And it came to pass, when the evil spirit from Yahweh was upon Saul, that David took an harp and played with his hand. So Saul was refreshed and was well, and the evil spirit departed from him. That's also showing you the power of vibrations of the music, man. As music can get demons off of you, and with those opposite or opposing adverse vibrations could put demons onto you. MC, I think it was MC8. He created the album Music to Drive By. He did an interview and basically said that the death toll of Jake went up because niggas was smoking and listening to that album, and it put them in that mind state of killing niggas for a drive-by, man. Yeah, the bass, it was it was demons on them with the 808s, man, or on that bass, man.
Let me throw one nugget of history out. Music history. Ice-T made a song called Copy.
Yeah.
It was on the edge of rock.
Yeah, that he had a rock band.
Yeah, it was on the edge of that, and the moment he put that, all the gangs of city was doing before that, nobody said it. The moment he put that out, they snipped his nuts and put him on as a cop on TV. He went right on Law and Order a couple years after that. And now he don't step up and say shit about the people. Because he knew that vibration would do something in the minds of our people that listen to it.
Yeah, because
it would do the opposite of what it would defend us. We would learn it because that was the same time what's that song by Tupac? He made a song on his first album about the cop, about him killing the cop. Maxine Waters went on his head.
Soldier Story.
Soldier Story. There was other people. I think Paris made a song similar to that. Like they were making songs.
It was a Jake somewhere in the east. I think it was in Texas where they said that he listened to the song and then he went out and killed a state trooper. Yeah. And then Darren Quill started blowing it up. They was like, you got to get that content off the shelf.
It was like 90, 92. So that just shows you that vibration is the same way. Well, more so now, the vibration of righteousness has that chance to do it. And what's the vibration of righteousness? These scriptures. Matter of fact, you got
another thing as well, the understanding that water and vibrations is a huge type of correlation. Understanding that our bodies are made of 80% water. And vibrations affect your body because they affect water, man.
Like sound waves?
Yeah, sound waves. For example, I believe it's botany, basically the understanding of plants, So they did studies basically where certain music was played around, plants, and if it was like rock music, the plant would die or wouldn't grow as much. But if it was something like classical music, made the plant thrive. And that's understanding, what the anatomy of a plant. You have a chlorophyll, or chloroplast, which are the cells within that chlorophyll, right? Which is basically just a bunch of water molecules. So those water molecules are affected by that vibration of those harps, of those symphony, those string instruments, the French harps, the cellos, and those are positive vibrating instruments. So the plant thrives, being that those waves are being affected within that specific entity, so to speak.
Yeah, there's a type of classical called Baroque.
Yeah,
Goes back to the Hebrew word barak, which means blessed.
Yep.
So there's a blessed vibration that comes from some of that music that was originated, I believe, back in the Dark Ages.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, which was Jake putting that music out there. Who was in that? Beethoven's and some of those was Jake.
Mozart's. Yeah, they all of them Jakes.
Okay. Oh, brother hit this precinct.
Ephesians 5 and 26.
might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word.
See how he said we're washing the water related to this by the word, okay, and cleansing. The spirit get washed off of you or cleansed off of you with the righteous vibration of the proper understanding of the Bible. Because there's somebody who play the song wrong and give you a wicked vibration. We see that with the name Jesus Christ and what this Christianity and Catholicism and all these other religions is talking about. These monotheistic religions is talking about all of these other polytheistic, all these other religions. Anything but this truth is putting a wicked vibration on.
That's why it says that only the 144,000 would be able to sing the song. You know? Go ahead.
Yeah, I had it up. Revelation 14. I'm going to start at 1. Revelation 14 and 1, it reads, "And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Sion, with him 144,000, having his father's name written in their foreheads."
That's right. The 144,000. The ones that were sealed. Alright? The ones that were chosen, that knew the names, that knew the prophecies, that believed and understood. Alright? Go ahead, bro.
Verse 2, "And I heard a voice from heaven, as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder. And I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps, and they sung as it were a new song before the throne, and before the 4 beasts and the elders. And no man could learn that song, but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. These are they which not defiled with women, for they are virgins." And what's that defiled with women? Let's talk about philosophies. All these philosophies,
Religions.
you know, whether it was black culture philosophy, whether it's Hispanic culture philosophy, anything outside of the righteous understanding of the proper understanding of the Bible, through the proper spirit of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. It's the real name of them prosper. These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits. Everybody should know that the Lamb is Yahweh Shai. Just to put it out there, everybody should already know that. Alright? They're following, meaning they'll do whatever it takes, man, to follow his righteous lead. Okay, and how do they follow that righteous lead? Through the spirit of his blood.
Yeah, this says, the scripture says, my sheep hear my voice and they follow me. The voice of strangers, you know, the sheep of the Lord, you know, that shit goes in. We don't follow that. We don't follow other philosophies, okay? These other fake, false leaders, these, fake Israelite groups. Okay?
Different than when the Lord, when he had the angel go to Prophet Isaiah. And Prophet Isaiah, you know, he acknowledged when the angel came to him that he's a man of unclean lips. What did that mean? Basically, he was, you know, before the spirit came upon him to go and, you know, prophesy, you know, he realized that, you know, he was a man. He has some uncleanness in him. You know, he you know, basically like I got sick. So the angel had to come and basically put the spirit on him and clean him up. Basically, all the prophets before he went out and spoke to Israel, they was baptized with the Holy Spirit. The Spirit cleansed them and then gave them a clean tongue, and they went out there and they spoke to Israel.
we started talking about, which was right? A lot of us were into that.
Yeah.
You know, we had those same demons on us. Okay, but once we heard, the word went in and it cleansed us.
This is because you mentioned Apostle Paul. It's like you mentioned yeah. This Romans 7, and I'll start here at 24. It says, "O wretched man that I am, who shall deliver me from the body of this death? I thank Yahweh through Yahweh Shai, our Lord. So then, with the mind I myself serve the law of Yahweh, but with the flesh the law of sin." Understanding that in these bodies, we understand we're not perfect. We go off because it's the as he said also in this chapter, it is the sin that dwelleth within me. You know.
Yeah.
But understanding that the battle is that we must conquer this flesh on this side,
Yeah.
man. You know, to not give heed or to not give in into the deeds of the flesh, but to give in into the spirit, man.
Constant fight, the daily fight against the flesh.
You know?
And that's why we didn't have, we have to have a written down law given unto us, so we specifically, we didn't naturally do righteousness. We naturally do wickedness. That's why the second covenant is so beautiful, because it's going to put it in us to where we naturally do righteousness. Our body and everything we're into is just going to serve righteousness.
And our people right now, they're not walking in the spirit. You know, they're walking in the flesh. So they see, they want to, they know something's wrong, they know something's off, but the temptation, the wanting to be up there and make it and say I made it, you know, I got the bag, you know, I'm successful.
It's a bag of homes.
You know, they want to be known. All right. So there's what way is it? What's the easiest way to make it in this kingdom? You got to sell out. Okay. You got to serve your flesh. Feed the flesh. It's all about feeding your flesh in this place. It's all about feeding the wicked thoughts and imaginations that our minds conjured up. Okay?
The thing about it, Satan, he feeds off of you, feeding off the flesh. Just think about it, when he went to Yahweh Shai at his most vulnerable point, when he was fasting, all he could do was just try to get Yahweh Shai based on carnal shit.
Right.
Hey, you can do this, you know what I'm saying? Hey, turn them stones into bread. You know, jump off your, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, he was challenging Yahweh Shai with carnality. That's how you know Yahweh Shai was in the spirit.
Right.
You know, bow down and worship me. I give you everything. I give you all these kingdoms. Yeah. But Satan was trying to put it in his head like, hey, man, you can have resources, you can have these women, you can have the same thing Jake look at right before they get ready to sign that contract. All they think about is, man, I'm gonna get the bonus. I'm gonna get this big check, my first big check. I'm gonna get this Rolex watch that I've been desiring.
Don't push my message out.
The rented mansion.
I'm finna smash all the women that I never would have been able to.
Ugly rappers.
Yeah.
Ugly niggas became
Like, yeah.
Finally get my dream house.
A nigga like Rick Ross with a bad bitch.
Oh yeah.
Fat nigga with titties.
That's what this man offers you. You know, he preys on us. He we're as prey right now. You know, he has it all, and we're trying to get out of this mess. So he preys on the poor. You know, people that have nothing, that have no fathers. You know, they have no aspirations. They have no education. So he comes. They have talent, right? have talent, so let's exploit that talent. And in the process, shit, them niggas is killing each other too. You know? We're gonna get rich off of them, and then they kill each other.
Once they kill each other and die, we really get
Scheme than that.
And Esau don't even gotta get his hands dirty no more, because niggas kill each other.
Yeah. You know? And he's making a killing.
He sold you the gun. He ain't got you to kill a nigga that
They put your ass in jail. It's a pit.
I got one. Isaiah chapter 10, verse 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. This is how they say that they're going to help our people. Every 4 years, our people go to these they give us more black culture, more death and destruction,
More false hope.
more falsehood.
Reparations.
But look what's crazy. The worst thing for Jake, if they really want to kill a lot of Jake, give them reparations. Niggas will make rap labels and buy a bunch of guns, buy a bunch of drugs. Niggas, just Jake that got the money to kill themselves, or niggas would go kill them to take the money.
The money would go back to
Race
them.
scheme.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, like what they're doing in San Francisco, if it was to go through, you would have niggas from different states go to San Francisco to kill the Jakes in San Fran.
Like it ain't digital money.
Bro.
Like
That's-
they can't track it.
That's all just false promises, man. You know, how many times this dude gotta do it to us?
Is it
To our people,
what was it,
right?
$5 million?
Yeah.
They barely give Jake $4,000 for stimulus.
Right.
It's just a false promise, man. That's the same thing with the brother saying in voting. When these politicians, when they're running a campaign,
Push for us
man,
to
they
go
all these promises they got for our people. We're gonna invest more money into the communities, you know, better education,
more jobs.
more jobs, you know,
This
roads.
thing is so this ain't no fucking Band-Aid. It's over.
Just promising you, man. You know, but what happens when they get elected or selected, right? Since they don't get elected, they get selected. What happens when they get into office? Then they get nowhere to be seen.
The only time that nigga will support you is if you just turn LGBT.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
the,
that's
that's,
where you can get all
that's a
your
new thing now.
You want all your benefits and reparations, just turn trans.
Revelation.
Become a moat, and then you'll be noticed.
What's crazy
You know?
is, believe it or not, the president in recent history is Trump. The one Jake hates the most. That's fucked up with the truth. That's the fucked up truth. Sorry. He the one who gave money to historic black colleges. Not that black colleges is any good, or any college for Jake is any good. He didn't want to let your daddies out of prison and able to go get jobs. He did that shit. I mean, I'm not trying to make it about political, but it just shows you how destroyed our people that even though they ain't giving us what we truly needed, the house washing outside. But even still, they have guided us completely away from anything good. They have given us nothing but grievousness. Okay? Y'all think y'all doing hot. We're gonna turn you into the president that was doing some decency. We're gonna make you vote for this nigga that's about to fuck y'all over. Now looking at young Jake in the streets that all vote for white, they pissed at him, man.
And Jake don't even remember that. Jake used to be Republican.
Jake never knew that.
And Jake never knew that.
Because it was a conservative biblical views that you were raised on. Not all out of control like it is now. Now Jake loves to be out of control. I got it.
11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth. And he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon.
Those 2 horns start off as the play games of patricians.
Cherubim and fire.
butter.
Yeah.
You know, when he has these speeches for our people, you know, and these campaigns and these whatever, it's smooth. It sounds good.
It's like crouching down.
You know?
But the humble of himself, he'll crouching down, take good heed. That's what he does. The scripture say in Job that he will seek to please the poor. Jake, you know, because of their condition, they're in a desperate situation.
Yeah.
So anything that sounds appealing, anything that sounds like it's gonna liberate them, or they sound whatever it sounds like it's of their best interest, Jake is they're gonna go for it, man. They're gonna jump on that shit.
Oh, dang.
All you need is just symbolism. You need the right image and just to say the right shit, and Jake is sold.
Yeah,
You ain't gotta give him a damn thing.
That's the definition of insanity, man. You know?
Same thing all over.
They always believe these fucking politicians. Every fucking election.
They managed to scare our people into voting for Biden. You know, because the majority of our people voted for Biden. But now look at what he's doing now. He's dragging.
But really, it was more. They didn't even give it. They overlooked Biden just because they hated Trump so much.
Yeah.
It's like I don't give a fuck. Just not this guy. Knowing, but this guy is actually fucking worse. he gonna put way more hell in the niggas than Trump ever did.
He put way more hell before and
Oh yeah, with Obama.
yeah.
This man with
Oh,
this,
yeah.
with his medium, his witchcraft, he's able to control the masses. He's able to steer you in your thoughts and what you believe in, and what is good for you. He can do that with his medium. You know, that's crazy, man. That's straight up witchcraft. And our people, they can't even see that. You know,
But both were wrong.
What did Lyndon
Yeah, right.
Johnson say back then? It was a reference to niggas. He was like, just give them a little bit just give them something that's gonna make a little difference. I had them niggas voting the next 200 years.
Democrat,
I have them niggas voting Democrat the next 200 years. Just give them, don't, you know, because he was saying niggas is getting uppity. They asking for too much. They trying to live, you know,
Be like us.
yeah, so they was like, no, we got to do something different. Let's promise them that we could give them something, but only enough to make just a little difference. I had them niggas voting the next 200 years Democrat.
Now, let me ask this question.
And since then, you was getting a string of just Democratic, every once in a while Republican, back to Democrat, and you niggas, you formed a relationship. Like you have to be loyal to the Democratic Party.
and look at
You're not black if you don't vote
yeah.
for the Democrat. Yeah,
Look at the states that are ran by Democrats, right?
fucking out of control.
Look at the cities. Just look at them.
California. California is like the best example. California and Chicago
Yeah,
and New York. Shitholes, man.
it's, you know what's crazy is I think California, or excuse me, LA and Chicago have female mayors now,
Yeah, they both.
and they jaked,
Yeah.
and New York got a nigga mayor. So when some shit go down, who they gonna blame? Niggas. They gonna blame Jake.
And we're not endorsing a fucking political party here, right? We understand that both sides of the spectrum are evil. They're both wicked at the end of the day. They're both working against us. You know, it's just the elites created that. You know, they want to give you the illusion that you have a choice. You know, that your word and your vote matters. You know?
Like
Yeah.
choose which yoke or which shekel would better fit you. You like how this one feel or that one feel?
They both rusted.
Yeah.
Exactly, man. So that's why we're out here, you know, doing the service. You know, there should be way more people out here.
Man, you Babylonians, you're the stupidest, you're the most stupid people on the face of the planet.
Most ignorant.
Because if you understand what's happening right now, what your own government is doing, they finna railroad you people, man. They getting ready to railroad you.
And the rest of the world is watching and really laughing. Like, damn, they don't. The rest of the world knows these Babylonians.
How the fuck they not rioting?
Right.
Why they not at war right now?
Right.
What the fuck is wrong with the people?
They got the bread and circus.
They getting entertained, they getting high, they getting drunk, they fucking, they overeating, they doing whatever.
You know?
Yeah.
Excess.
That's why.
And that's why they're not out rioting right now for the shit that they should be rioting and the shit that they should be upset about. They're upset about the dumbest fucking things in this place, man.
The grip is gone, bro. They mad. The grip is gone.
You know? The rest of the world, man, they hate this place too.
You mad? You kicking up dust because your state is not allowing for you to gyrate on children. You know, read books, sexual erotic books to them. That's what gets you mad.
Because
not that your president just sent another 2.6 billion to Ukraine.
right.
While you're like
while you're Medicaid food stamps.
While they're taking away your Medicaid,
retirement,
your SNAP.
Think about Social Security. Up the age on that.
Yeah.
Inflation.
Or ultimately getting rid of it.
People, the generation of ages between 19 and 29, at least 70 to 80% of them are back living with their parents.
Yeah.
Can't afford to live on their own.
You said you
ain't mad about that.
This brother brought up Social Security. I was just thinking, what happens to say Social Security when it's dollar crash? And a lot of people will depend on that shit. A lot of people have been putting money into that, every check and all that shit. This shit is going, it's circling the drain, and these motherfuckers don't even see it.
But it's still they're right about not being able to kill their babies.
But they rioting about guns.
Isaiah 19, the Lord have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst of Egypt. You know? It's just that spirit of confusion.
Yeah.
Where it's like a person that's drunk and intoxicated, he don't know how affected he is. He's stumbling all over the place.
Like the Jake that was over here a few weeks ago?
Yeah, you stumbling all over the place, you bumping into walls.
Yeah.
You know, but you so intoxicated, you so numb, you don't even know that you're fucked up. You know? You're not sober. So you don't know what danger you're in.
Yeah.
Well, that's Babylon right now. If you were sober, you'd be like, what the? You be living.
Right.
You be fucking living, just like over there in France right now, just like over in fucking
Nigeria too.
Nigeria over there, man. All right.
And you can say Venezuela, all these countries, just because it's not being reported, that don't mean the uprisings have stopped.
Right.
You know, because motherfuckers in France have been protesting for like 2 or 3 years. Remember that was the shit, the yellow vest shit?
It's all, the whole world is in distress right now. Alright? People are upset with their governments and they're out there showing it. Okay, and it's only going to increase, but it's only here that people are still somewhat trying to get comfortable.
Jeremiah 49:31. Arise, get you up unto the wealthy nation that dwelleth without care, saith the Lord, which hath neither gates nor bars, which dwell alone. And their camels shall be a booty, and the multitude of their cattle a spoil. And I will scatter into all winds them that are in the utmost corners, and I will bring their calamity from all sides thereof, saith the Lord. It goes into Babylon, man.
America's gonna be attacked. America's gonna be invaded. Okay? At war. The citizens are going to be at war with each other. Okay? Foreign troops are going to be in the soils of America.
These other governments, BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, Mexico want to join, Iran, all these other countries. They're attacking the dollar right now. So this place is under attack, but people don't even know it. They see it on the news, but they don't understand how it could affect them.
They went to the grocery store and realized 2 years ago they bought a loaf of bread for $2, now it's $4. But they still don't understand. Milk is $5, it used to be $3. But they don't see the attack.
The main thing that makes this country go is being under attack right now. The currency.
These other nations, they don't want to take your dollars anymore. When America does business, these other nations were forced to take the dollar. It's a form of currency, it's a form of payment. We get goods, they get dollars. But now, they're like, nah, fuck that. It's not backed by it. It's not backed by gold, man. You know? It's worthless. It's not backed by anything. So they're like, no, we gotta create our own currency, and if we do business with you, we're dealing with our currency.
Once America feels this blow dollar, shit, it might take 30-40% off the Persian part. And what's that's going to cause? Inflation, more inflation on these people, right?
Exactly. And we know what happens when a ruler, a king from another nation tries to move away from the dollar. Awful. They put a target on him. They go to war against his country, against his regiment.
They sent Jason Bourne out to get him.
Okay? But now the nations caught on to that. They know that they have to come together. They have to come together because they have a common enemy.
I was going to make the point. A friend of mine, initially my enemy is my friend.
And they're all coming under the wing, under the arms of Russia. Russia's the one that's leading all these other nations into coming together. Okay? Because they realize that America is the problem, man.
Like Obadiah 1, the vision of Obadiah does say of the Lord power concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised.
America is finding out that little by little it's being left alone. From its enemies coming together to even its allies. Talking about like, man, like, I don't know, man. We can't let America dictate our policies anymore, man, because they're getting us in trouble. We're struggling because of your policies.
America and Mexico is too big business together. Now Mexico's like, man, let's get the fuck out of here.
Because America freaking ransacked South and Central Mexico. South Central America. The reason those people are poor and struggling is because of America.
Mexico's got the highest silver deposits in the whole planet. Now they're going to take their business to Russia, man.
Like Venezuela has the most oil in the world.
You know how much products use silver? These cars you ride in use ounces of silver. Solar panels, TVs, laptops.
Or chip.
So now America is alone on the world stage. Okay? Being made small. Okay? Greatly despised. The whole world knows the track record of what happened when America waged war on terror. Right? The war on terror. It went out throughout the Middle East and overthrew governments, left ruins, cities that were thriving to a degree were left in ruins. Millions and millions of people that had nothing to do with that war died. Okay? The resources of those nations were stolen. Okay? So the rest of the world is fed up with that. The other nations are fed up. Okay?
They also paying attention to how the whole thing with the Nord Stream pipeline unfolded,
Yeah.
and how more information keeps leaking out of America's involvement.
Yeah.
The more information come out about that exposing Biden's administration and their involvement, the more these nations are starting to see, yeah, this is not, we definitely can't get close to it. We can't do no business, none of that. Right? And they're looking at Russia, so what is their response going to be? Well, Russia, like, well, what y'all just sabotage, you really just hurt your own friends over there.
Yeah.
Germany.
Europe. You just hurt Europe with that.
Yeah.
And now it's going to convince them to want to do business with our side than you. They think nobody can trust you.
You think the Germans, the people that lead that country, don't know that America was responsible for the Nord Stream and the effects that it has on their economy, the people? Okay? So how do you do that? Why would you do that to your friends? Right? Why would you do something that's gonna affect your friends like that? So bad. Friends don't do friends like that.
Hey, y'all already know you're going to it. Revelation 17.
Yeah, I was thinking about I got one.
So you get that too. Because I was US and Europe. It's from political.com. It says the US wants Europe to stand up to China. Europe says not so fast. It says the US is trying to charm and control Europe into linking arms to confront China. But Europe has other priorities in mind. Ahead of President Joe Biden's meeting with European Union Chief Ursula von der Leyen in Washington on Friday, U.S. officials have been offering Europe both urgent warnings about Beijing and pledges to smooth over trade disputes. On the warning side, the U.S. government has been sharing intelligence with Europe suggesting China is considering arming Russia in its war on Ukraine. Overtures that Europe has met with a mix of caution and toughness. Some European leaders, like German Chancellor Olaf Scholz, have issued stern warnings to China against doing so, while others, including von der Leyen, have been more careful about broadcasting the U.S. claims. So it's like they trying to straddle. They kind of like trying to. They don't want to get directly involved in it. The whole skirmish between China and America, the EU is trying to remain as neutral as possible. You know,
Because
it's going to come a point in time where they're going to have to choose a side. That's where it's going. It says
You don't trust this thing, this Gmslv, this harlot oil, you know.
yeah.
You don't
Their currency is getting weaker. While you're seeing all these other nations, they're aligning and they're forming and getting stronger. So what you finna do?
and Russia
You
is
gonna go down on the sinking ship that y'all both put together, or you gonna jump ship and save your own ass and let the whole go down? Again, that's gonna cause you to have problems with
they got
you just using a relationship with it. It says on the pledges side, U.S. officials are assuring Europeans their companies will get access to some tax credits and subsidies from the landmark U.S. climate bill passed last year. United States and European countries on how to address the growing economic power and military might of China.
After World War II, these nations, they formed a great coalition, right? European nations, they all came together because their common enemy was the Soviet Union, right? And basically let America spearhead the intelligence and the logistics of combating the Soviet Union. Okay, that's why the European Union exists right now. Okay, UN,
They don't.
because it was a coalition formed to fight against the Soviet Union. But now, marching to the 21st century, all the policies that America has been implementing in Europe, they're all freaking affecting their allies. Okay?
You just cut Russia off, putting them sanctions or whatever, and that just fucked you up. Imagine what cutting off China would do too. Basically, America is like, hey, you just need to be loyal to me. So you don't need to be trading with nobody but me.
And you can't trade with them unless I say so.
Unless I say so.
Type of shit is
you know
that?
how like they gonna get fucking tired of that shit.
Yeah.
They're gonna get tired of it, man. You can only see how that's gonna go.
Hell yeah.
You're letting this country that's far from you, they ain't got to deal with Russia because Russia's next door to you. They're all the way on the other side of the map.
Yeah.
You're letting them dictate the way you run your people. And now you see that America's undermining you.
That's a one-sided relationship.
They're sick and tired of America. Okay? So eventually the prophecy says that they're gonna come together and fire their missiles upon this place.
You shall make her desolate and naked,
stone, and it's gonna come back and squish his ass. You know, I'm some road runner, coyote shit, man.
Destroy America. That's going to destroy the nigga market. That's going to destroy you niggas. You know, the wicked ass niggas. It's going to destroy the civil
This is the place that looks it's not some underground with the devil. In the event, put a real name to
Said that he's gonna make you he's gonna go down the mountain, make you a burnt mountain. He called you a destroying mountain, but then he said he's gonna make you a burnt mountain. What does that mean? You was known for destroying and turning whole cities into desert wasteland. You done drop bombs and did all type of drone strikes. You done killed massive amounts of civilians all over the world in different wars.
Innocent. Man.
Yeah,
just to get one nigga.
yeah.
One terrorist.
So what you dished out, you gonna get that double fold, man. You know, you gonna become that ultimate barren wasteland. Yep.
It's Jeremiah 50. Let's start here at verse 13. It says, because of the wrath of the Lord, it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Everyone that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished and hiss at our plagues. Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about. All ye that bend the bow, shoot at her.
All these that had
All ye that bend the bow, shoot at her. Spare no arrow.
President of Russia, Dmitry Medvedev, he actually quoted that prophecy concerning the fate of he mentioned it, man. They know. They pretty much know that they're what their role is going to be in the demise of Babylon. They pretty much know that that's all biblical. You know, just like Nebuchadnezzar, he knew. So he knew the prophecies based on Daniel. Kings, a lot of their wisdom come from the prophets.
They watch it.
They watch it. They watch us too. All the world leaders, they watch the prophets.
Look, the story, the script, we're narrating it to them. We're basically telling them, like, you're actually in biblical scriptures. You're in the scriptures. This is what we're saying.
Alexander the Great, he knew he was the leopard.
Yeah.
And Daniel,
Yeah.
he knew that prophecy was about himself.
They say his father envied him because of that.
And he was kind of like flattered by it. That's why he was kind of like he had favor with Israel. He didn't really, he didn't really destroy and take down Israel.
know that this has happened several times where the angels have activated and deactivated their missile system. So when that day, they're not even going to be controlled. They're not going to be. The angels going to be in ultimate control.
They're not going to stop it. See, the angels, they were stopping them before because they know it's not the time. They gotta respect the Lord's will of prophecy.
Because you know when you shoot off the missiles, these governments have they can disable. They can basically disable the nuclear missile. Mid flight.
Somebody get that in Revelation 7.
Like, oh, I pressed the button. I don't want it to hit nobody, but
Deactivated.
Yeah, they deactivate it while mid-flight.
It
They can do
just
that.
detonates or it just crashes in the sea or something.
Rolls over some,
Yeah.
in the air.
Revelation 7, verse 1. And after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, and that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor the sea, nor on any tree. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power. And he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels. Neither the sea nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our God.
In other words, don't let the nuclear holocaust happen just yet. The truth the truth that have been without fruit shall be declared. This gospel got to be preached around the 4 corners. The word got to go out. The elect got to get saved. Camps got to spring up all over the world. Brothers got to get raised up. Prophesy against this kingdom. More brothers and sisters got to wake up. All right. While simultaneously the Lord is gathering the nations in the Middle East, so that He can prepare them for war, and pour upon them His indignation. All these things got to play out first. The beast got to institute the MOTB. Wait, all that got to play out first.
Yeah.
The persecution, the guillotines,
Concentration camps.
martial law, famine, all that got to hit first. So you angels hold back. So you had that during the Cold War, when they was having that nuclear arms race, trying to build them nukes up.
Yeah.
It was times back then where they was afraid that a nuclear war was going to break out.
I thought that was the time.
Everybody thought it was the time.
Yeah.
That was it.
But the Lord had it under control because the angels was preventing it.
Didn't what's the guy in I want to say Gaddafi or somebody shot off a nuke, and he always tells the story. The apostles get into how the angel or chariot basically knocked it down.
Yeah, I seen the video.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You had like certain people who worked in Nellis. They was talking about how they actually seen like dark figures, which more than likely the angels, but they would just see like tall dark figures just messing around at their nuclear facility. They would try to turn it on and it wouldn't turn on.
It's crazy. It's in a military base. Ain't nobody try to run up or try to stop him. Nothing.
They know it's not from this world. But eventually, the vision that we see, right? Like Habakkuk said, the vision is yet for an appointed time. That appointed time will come.
Appointed time will come.
The missiles will be shut off eventually. We're right at that doorstep.
Yeah, because you got certain people that doubt that, like, oh, that's stupid. Like, don't you know that nobody would survive it?
Nobody wins. They say
basically, nobody wins.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody would die.
Yeah.
That's not true. It ain't.
The world is
be alive because they're going to be mourning
Yeah.
because they see the smoke of Babylon burning after the
They say they're gonna well because of the merchandise, the merchantmen. Yeah.
How is these people? How is there people alive and mourning when everybody's supposed to be dead?
Right, witnessing the downfall of Babylon. Babylon. It's gonna be broadcast throughout the whole world.
Everybody's gonna see it.
That's why I believe. That's why it's like. That's what we believe on that day. The angels are gonna be. Babylon. That's gonna contain the destruction of Babylon. Where it doesn't affect the entire earth. It's gonna affect Babylon and maybe some different parts connected to Babylon, like parts of Canada, Mexico, and stuff like that. But the angels are gonna make sure that those people around
Yeah, it's gonna be
Babylon
concentrated.
contain it so that it doesn't fuck everything else.
Concentrated right on Babylon.
Because we gotta live on this earth. The scriptures say that the earth abideth forever.
Yeah. But there are going to be places that are going to get damaged because America's going to shoot some nukes, get some nukes off too, you know, to other places. But it ain't, you know, the scripture says that the whole earth abideth forever, so the whole earth is not going to be destroyed. Yeah. Merchant Europe, probably. I'm pretty sure England or London, that's going to get destroyed. Yeah. The Vatican City.
The British, the dude that was charged, what's his name, with the funny hair, Boris Johnson, pretty much told him, like, you know, I can fucking do away with Britain right now, right? You know, the meeting they had, he told them, like, I can nuke you, man. Like, why would you want to fuck with me, basically?
Literally in minutes. They take what, 30 minutes for them to get over here? Yeah. So Britain is like, yeah.
It's not the size of America.
Great Britain. Yeah.
It's like the state of Texas, maybe.
Yeah, New York.
You know? Maybe even smaller. All it takes is a couple of
This Isaiah 14, verse 9, the Christ. It says, the world of the dead is getting ready to welcome the king of Babylonian. The ghosts of those who are the ghosts of the kings of now you are as weak as we are. You are one of us. You used to be honored with the music of harps, but now here you are in the world of the dead. You lie in a bed of maggots and are covered with the blanket of worms. King of Babylonian, bright morning star, you have fallen from heaven. In the past you have conquered the nations, but now you have been thrown to the ground. That's the nuclear destruction. Really? You said what? Oh, I thought that was about Babylon the Great.
Well, some of it is.
Nuclear destruction.
The part you read about, you know, this morning star.
This was 9 through 12, I think. Morning Star.
What's that talking about? Isaiah 14.
KJV.
KJV, this is, starting at verse 9. Hell from beneath is, this is Isaiah 14, verse 9. Hell from beneath is moved from thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee.
Hey, well, I'll tell them to start up. Yeah, start up at 5, man.
At 5. The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked, the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with continual stroke. He that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted, and none hindereth. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing.
That's the same moment what we talking about in Revelation. Once they were like sighing, but then they said alas. They were like, finally, this place is going. That's that same thing. They brought it to see.
This is talking about that. This is talking about after they get taken out of power.
Yeah.
It's not talking about the actual nuclear destruction.
Oh,
It's talking about after.
Because when it says the trees break forth into singing, that's a sign of peace. Because they, when you, I believe
starting at 7. The whole earth is at 7. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. Verse 8. Ye, the fir trees, rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no feller is come up against us. The trees, Esau cutting the trees, I think, for like Christmas. So, lodging, he's always cutting the trees down.
And
because we have a law saying that what? Hey, when you conquer a nation, and you're not supposed to cut down the trees of that nation. Certain trees, because it provides what? It provides habitation, it may provide food. What Esau does, he goes, he cuts it all down, and now the whole system is unbalanced, which creates what?
global warming.
Your climate change and global warming, you think that deforestation's going on? If that's actually affecting the earth in a major way, it has to be because of that.
Right.
It's fucking up the temperature, all the oxygen and moisture. I'm just saying how it still ties in. Since we're
It was-
kind of filter it out into fresh oxygen.
Yeah, that one and the one in Africa, they're considered the lungs of the earth.
They fucking caused it. They caused the fire.
Yeah. Burn it, yeah.
That's why. That's why when this devil finally goes down,
Why do we have endangered species? Because you're running them out where they naturally stand. You're hunting, overfishing, ruining with oil spills in the areas where they live. Okay? Contaminating.
Building factories in the middle of where they deforest.
Yeah. You fracked in and all that shit.
That's also why the scripture says in Romans, it says, for the manifestations of the sons of men.
Genesis.
They all grown.
All
creation grows unto now.
From Genesis that was created on the 5th day is like needs this man to get the fuck off the planet. Needs the kingdom of heaven to come to bring it back to its fullness.
So even the animals, the trees, the whole earth is going to break out into singing.
Aren't the trees representation of people? Also, you know?
Yeah, finish that off.
Isaiah 14.
That 8. Hell from Isaiah 14, verse 9. Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of earth. It have raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations.
So for you other brothers, real quick, we want the moment that they're being taken out of power,
Right.
not before they, not after they were taken out of power.
We want
That's what we're looking for. Yeah. To show
so-
you that nuclear event, you gotta go.
and also like the verse that you read that again.
Isaiah 14, verse 9. Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It hath raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations.
What is that talking about? Is that talking about Esau got a special place in hell with these other nations? They're gonna be down in the earth, burning and is that what that's talking about? No. What that's talking about is when there's no more throne, when Esau, there's no more dominion, he's going to be in the same boat with these other nations. Because all these other nations, they're going to go right after Esau they're all going to go into captivity under us. That's why you read the first few verses where it talks about how he's going to have mercy upon Jacob and yet choose Israel. He's going to set us in our land, and we're going to take these other nations and possess them in our land for servants and handmaids. And we're going to, we're going to rule over our oppressors. So the leaders of these other nations, they live high over us, up under him. So when he goes down, he's not going to have that status where I'm over everybody. You're in the same boat with us now. You're a slave just like we are. But you went from ruling the world, dictating international policy, spreading your democracy everywhere, setting up your embassies all over the place. Now you don't even have a place. You only got a pit. That's what that means. He's basically your dominion is gone. You're dead. Babylon is dead. Rome, that's dead. Just like ancient Egypt was dead. Just like the ancient Medo-Persian Empire, that's dead. All right. Go ahead.
That was verse 9. Isaiah 14, verse 10. All they that speak and say unto thee, art thou also become as weak as we?
Yeah, you ain't got no power. You no longer have. You no longer have power. You're weak just like we are.
Right. Because when you go into what's that, Revelation 19, where it talks about Yahweh shall have the crown. It's like Yahweh shall have the crown of the king's head upon his head. Basically, a strong forth that reign. Because the rest of these previous kingdoms, they were thrown down.
That's right. And you could read that in Daniel the 7th chapter. It talks about how basically their dominions were pretty much, their dominion was overthrown. The Babylonians never returned back to power. The Medo-Persians, they never returned back to power after the Greeks came into power. Then they went down, and then we had Rome. And we know that Rome ended up falling. Right. It was a deadly wound that it was wounded with. That's when the Dark Ages came and Jake ruled.
It speaks about the little horn.
And now it's back, but now it's getting ready to go into perdition. Go ahead.
End of verse 10. Art thou become like unto us? Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vials. The worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground?
I'll bring this out real quick, but it says worms cover thee or underneath thee.
Yeah.
Do anybody know what that's?
Death.
True, but it's more to it. It's a sign of.
Starts with a D.
It starts with D.
Destruction.
Almost. Decomposition.
The KK.
Okay. Yeah. Because it starts to break it down. Your whole life has been broken down. Now you're lower than those. Once we're done building all this 4,000 years, we get to lead a planet. We don't even get to go back to. We don't see it anymore. Yeah. And it said it on God too.
Yeah.
You start to see the start of that with this place. We know that America is pretty much this is Esau's. How can I put it? America is unto Esau what Babylon is to the middle. This is Esau's rule. He rules from this kingdom. This domain. America is pretty much his domain. Even though he has Europe, but this is like his,
Yes, also when you go into the image of Daniel, that represents that decomposition too. Because the rest of those metals, where they start off with the gold, right? Then it went down to silver, then it went down to what? Bronze, right? And then it was the iron, which plate. It said that stone was on that feet, right? That stone represents
that they use. That means Illuminati, enlightenment.
Yeah.
So now you see how that ties right into. And we got that.
Yeah, that's kite.
We don't have the
We got one on there. We're on the front. Yeah.
That's on the left hand side.
George Soros.
Here we go. The Kissinger and shit, like
Rockefeller.
Bernanke.
Their little pet monkeys is the likes of Klaus Schwab, Bill Gates. Those are their pet monkeys.
They're like the cronies.
They're cronies of those international bankers.
Elon Musk,
Yeah, him too.
Yeah.
the dude from Amazon.
The people on the people Steve well, that's not Steve Jobs. What's the dude name? Bezos. The people on the Forbes list are like the
There's a hierarchy when it comes
Yeah.
to the elites also, you know? They have a structure as to who plays what role. Who carries out mission. They all have a mission. You know? Yeah, they all have a duty, a task to carry out. The plan comes to reality. Okay?
Isaiah 13, verse 17. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver. As for gold, they shall not delight in it.
Who's the Medes?
The Russians.
Alright.
Verse 18, Isaiah 13, verse 18. Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces. They shall have no pity on the fruit of their womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. In Babylon, the glory of King.
It was a song about the Cold War. Basically, you don't love your children. Both sides don't love their children if they press the button. That's why I said they will not have pity upon their children. Because if you press that button, everything's getting wiped out. Once the button is pressed, everything's getting wiped out.
Evil thought.
That's the
I
evil
think that
thought.
evil thought. The Most High, he was like, one of y'all can get it. Get Proverbs 21 and 1.
Oh yeah.
Because hey, at the end of the day, we men, right? We're men, but we know the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men. So it don't matter. Like one day they could wake. Like you had times where they threatened to all right, we finna go. We finna get these nukes out. But then something happened, and you know they'll just go back to let's try to hash it out. Let's try to have a treaty, or let's try to have talks or whatever. The Lord is in control. The Lord is he's the one controlling this whole thing.
And you know how much hate they call us hate. We hate.
We're anticipating that millions of people,
hand of the Lord, and the rivers of waters he turneth it whatsoever he will.
Read that again.
The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord.
What does the heart mean? The mind. Go ahead.
The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, as the rivers of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will. Every way of a man is right in his own eyes, but the Lord pondereth the hearts. To do justice and judgment is more acceptable to the Lord than sacrifice.
That's it. That's it. I really want just the first verse to show you that the Lord is in control. So even if some of these the rulers of these nations, there might be a time where they might be like, man, they start to have like a spirit of you know, compassion.
Yeah.
Like, you know, but what about, you know, there's innocent people, there's people that got lives that, you know, they want to explore and they want to get to do this. On that day, fuck all that. Destroy that whore. Destroy the beast. She's been the problem of the earth. Plus, this is vengeance from the Lord. This soil, a lot of the blood of the saints have been shed on this soil. All right? So this land got to get cleansed. All the Israelite blood on this land. And you always hear these other nations, they always bring up that shameful past. When they be getting on America's ass, they always bring up what happened to us. They knew that everybody saw what happened to us, man. They all got that recorded in history.
Right.
So yeah, the Lord's gonna put it. He's gonna put it in them. They gonna, cause I'm pretty sure they gonna be thinking about all that shit, man. These motherfuckers they built that place up, raping, bloodshed, free labor. You know, and they used them to go wage war on other countries, nearby countries, took their resources.
It's like the whole world can see the history of America, but Jake doesn't. You know, it's like
So the Lord's gonna put it in them. He gonna cause them to think something that's gonna really like push them to make them just say fuck it.
it's like, you know how you bring like something comes back to your memory about someone that did something to you, and you all the like we always say in the kingdom, the Lord's about to put the Spirit on us to come, and the Lord is gonna do the same thing to these world leaders. They're gonna put the Spirit on them. Like, remember that fucked up deal that America did with us back when? Or look how America has turned our men into moles and our women into sluts. All that's gonna be compiled up, and they're gonna say, man, fuck it.
Japan, Hiroshima, Nagasaki.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. What the Korean War, all those wars they had over there, Vietnam War, the Korean Wars, you know, the countries in the Middle East going to think upon how Desert Storm, Soleimani, all that shit.
That's why all the nations that's coming together with countries like that of Russia and China and those countries, they're gonna be like, man, I'll be damned if they turn us into Iraq. Right. I'll be damned if they turn us into Libya. I'll be damned if they turn us into Yugoslavia. You know? And that's just what it's gonna be. Right? So going back to go back to Isaiah 13. So now you understand why they're not gonna have any pity on the fruit of the womb.
Isaiah 13, I believe, on verse 18.
You don't never see the
Their
deal over there, man.
bows
Checking.
also shall
checking
dash the
tickets.
young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. In Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees, excellency shall be as when Yahweh threw Sodom shall
But
never.
what does this show you? When it talks about just up above, that he was going to stir up the beads, and they were going to basically send their bowls and dash them to pieces. Since when does a bowl cause somebody just burst into pieces? Yeah, you get pierced, penetrated, and then you just fall to your knee and die and bleed out. That's talking about dashing to pieces. What's going to do that? What's going to cause a person to just disintegrate? Missiles. That's how you understand that that's not talking about ancient Babylon or the Neo-Babylonian Empire. Come. That's how you know. And then a bow and arrow is not going to cause an entire landmass to end up like Sodom and Gomorrah. That's not realistic.
You can't shoot a bow and arrow across the world, but you can't shoot a missile. It's so obvious, you know?
Yeah, keep on reading.
Verse 20. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation.
Hold on. Where's modern day Babylon at now? Iraq. People dwell in Iraq? Certainly do.
Were they taken down by thermonuclear fire? Ancient Babylon?
Nope.
Taken down by the.
Who took? What empire took them down?
I said it before.
What empire took down Babylon?
If you know that image in Daniel,
Oh, that's your car,
That's
brother.
you.
Your car, brother. This movie, that's it. It's about the movie.
I know. I already know.
they fall on you.
Yeah. I know. He was looking for something. Yeah.
Real.
Thank you, guys.
But getting back to the question, what empire took down the Babylonians?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Let's go, kid.
So that's how you know. This is not talking. That prophecy in Isaiah 13 ain't talking about ancient Babylon. A lot of Christians, that's what they say,
Yeah.
because they're not learned when it comes to the prophecies. All right, because they wasn't given that spirit. But you can go back and finish, bro.
Okay, this is the rest of Isaiah 13, verse 20. Just start from the top of it. It shall neither be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. But wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures, and owls shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there. And the wild beasts of the island shall cry in their desolate houses, and the dragons in their pleasant palaces. And her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged.
All right, hold on. What other precepts
God, that's exactly what I thought.
comes to mind? The scripture that he just read. What other precept come to mind?
I think in
What other
Revelation,
scriptures go along with what he just read?
Yeah, anybody.
Revelation, when it talks about what something, a cage of birds. What's it?
Try to find it. Go look for the
Every
scripture.
hateful.
You know what I said?
Get the scripture.
Yeah, bring it up, bro.
Revelation 18:2.
Yeah,
Read it.
There's no power in these precepts. You can't read well, I'm not saying no power. It's not the same force.
Yeah, another brother could hold one, grab another pre as well. Go ahead, bro. No. Read what you have.
Revelation 18:2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Read it.
Revelation 18:2.
Brother Gordon.
And they cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils,
Yeah.
and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird.
Those foul spirits are desert animals. Like he's named in that chapter. It's not people. There was an old breakdown that said that there
was
were
people.
people.
Yeah, it's
But
not.
the real breakdown.
It's talking about the aftermath.
Yeah.
Yep.
After the smoke clears,
Nobody
even though the
knows
scriptures
that.
say that the smoke go on forever, but even when you break that down, it doesn't mean literally forever. Because if that's the case, then Sodom and Gomorrah will still be on fire.
Right.
All right. So obviously, there's going to be a time when the smoke is going to clear, and the only things that's going to inhabit this big landmass is just these desert creatures and the fowls. Okay. No, it's not going to be inhabitable. This place is going to be it's so it's going to be in such a ruined state that nothing can, just like Sodom and Gomorrah, you can't really grow nothing there. That's how damaged that land was. You won't really be able to live on this soil. So it only makes sense. This is talking about after a nuclear war, which did not happen to ancient Babylon.
Yeah, once the missiles go up, detonate, you know, they have what scriptures say, sulfur
Yep.
and brimstone. You can't grow nothing out of that. You know, all the sulfur, brimstone elements hit the earth. You know, you can't grow nothing out the ground.
Any brother know a precept where it speaks about, you know, the characteristics of that the nuclear missiles? Grab it.
Zechariah 14.
Yep. Was that still at Revelation 18?
They go.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
You got that Revelation? What? Whoever got a precept. Go ahead, right?
Revelation 9.
Yep.
Revelation 9 and 7. And the shapes of the locusts were like unto horses prepared unto battle, and on their heads were as it were crowns like gold, and their faces were as the faces of men.
They go forward.
We're talking about the planes. Dogfight planes.
Yeah, that's what
Go down to 16.
Now they don't even have dogfights no more. The type of planes that they're making now,
Well,
they don't
actually,
get in the dogfight.
start at 15.
F-16 was a dogfighting plane. That's a newer plane. These new F-35s, they shoot from miles away with bigger weapons, and they fly faster.
Yeah. Ain't gonna be no dog fight. Nah, that shit. Hell no. You got
Shit,
that?
they gonna dogfight your house.
Yeah, the Cherokee.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that should fight, but I'm talking about like with each other.
You got it?
Revelations 9 and 15.
Revelation 9:15. And the four angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour, and a day, and a month, and a year, for to slay the third part of men. And the number of the army of the horsemen were
Can I ask who the third part of me? Esau. It's more specific.
the Edomites.
What you got? What'd you say, bro?
Sons of the wicked. Three classes of men: sons of God, sons of men, and sons of the wicked. That's the
Apostle
third
Kai
part.
asked you that.
Revelation 9 and 16. And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000, and I heard the number of them. And thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them having breastplates of fire, and of jacinth.
Jason.
What do the horses represent, or what do horses represent in the scriptures?
Power.
Yeah.
What's those powers? You know what those powers are talking about, right? Jason and all that. It's the makeup of it.
Because when you look at the color of Jason, this is like a glowing red, basically. You know, because Jason is a stone. So keep reading.
And of Jason, brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions,
Right.
and out of their mouths issued fire, and smoke, and brimstone.
Okay.
Why is the head of just small? Why is the head of the head of lions? Because the warhead, the missile, the warhead is in the tip of the missiles. That's where all the damage does. Like the mouth of the lion, is the worst part is the monster.
Revelation 9 and 18. By these three was the third part of men killed by the fire and by Power is in their mouth and in their tails, for their tails were like unto serpents, and had heads, and with them they do hurt. And the rest of the men which were not killed by these plagues, yet repented not of the works of their hands, that they should not worship devils, and idols of gold, and silver, and brass.
Are we still talking? Are we still talking about the missiles? Part of it is also knowing when to set it off. To know that
Good, you
this
got
is the
something?
top.
You got it reset.
In 2nd Ezra 16, I'll start at 3. A sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? A fire is sent among you, and who may quench it? Plagues are sent unto you, and may drive them away.
Yeah, you ain't gonna have no firefighters to save the day. After the nuclear missiles go off.
FDNY gonna come and
Yeah.
cool off America.
Ain't gonna be no firefighters to put nothing out. They gonna get put out.
Like that PSA they put out in New York.
Yeah.
Go to a building, take a shower. Nigga, ain't gonna be no shower. The fucking. Come on. But that's how stupid people is, man.
Verse
It is.
6. May any man drive away a hungry lion in the wood? Or may anyone quench the fire in stubble? When it hath begun to burn, may one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer? The mighty Lord sendeth plagues, and who is he that can drive them away? A fire shall go forth from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it? He shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? The Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence?
What event is that talking about? What is that describing?
His presence, Yahweh Shai.
Yeah, but what is when the Lord makes his presence known, what is he gonna be doing?
Tearing shit up, the chariots.
How he gonna be doing it?
Chariots, the lasers.
There it
Yep.
is.
Yep.
Who shall not be beaten utterly in front of his presence? Disintegrating people. Them lasers gonna come out and he's gonna get to just blazing shit. Right there, yeah, exactly. Right there.
I give a precept real quick. You want that, you like that.
Yeah, I mean that's War of the, you think of War of the Worlds when you read that.
You think of, well, that's the missile, but more War of Worlds.
War of the Worlds.
We talked about the video earlier about how the angel shot down the missile.
Missile, yeah.
You see that video, you see lasers coming out the chariot. Just a steady stream of just concentrated laser fire. That moment is also recorded by Prophet Ezra in Ezra 2nd Ezra 13. Just so you know.
Alright, 12. The earth quaketh, and the foundations thereof. The sea ariseth up with waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled.
What is that describing?
Tsunami or something like that.
Yeah.
When they hit, you know?
There it is.
Yeah. It just came out that who was it? Kim Jong-un said he had a missile that caused tsunamis.
Yep. Yeah, because the earth is going to suffer from the impact of these nuclear missiles just detonating all over the place. That's going to cause a major force. It's going to cause the earth to shake, rock to and fro. So what is that going to do? That's going to cause all the water.
70% water on the planet.
It's going to come washing
All these
ashore.
coastal, look, most of the people are inhabited near the edge of water. The coast, wash all that stuff.
Oh yeah. If you're living on your little dream house on the coast, over there in California, you got all these people that they beach houses in
Malibu.
just overlooking the whole just Pacific. they finished.
You know what's how stupid they are? Those motherfuckers got safe rooms and shit in them houses. Like, that's gonna save you. Like, come on,
Hey,
bro.
that's one of the most fucked up. Like, think about it. Missiles is hitting. So either you about to get burned and the wind is about to just blow you the fuck away, or you getting ready to get drowned by a 200, 300, 400, 500 foot wave by the fifth wave and shit.
Oh, we forgot about Leviathan.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
On a point, one little scene out in the movie, because we're talking about California, but if anybody's ever been to New York, it's a bunch of little islands.
Yeah.
The scene is literally like built over the ocean, and the ocean coast. So there's a bunch of waterways in there. We think that why I'm not gonna come walk that out. But there's a movie, I don't know if brothers seen it, some of y'all probably seen it, Ghost Dog. And in the scene of the movie, there was a guy building a boat on top of his roof of his apartment building. He's like, man, this is genius. What are you doing? Like, what he said, yeah, float away into heaven or something. But when you think about what we understand, when that come in, he get on that boat, he might float away. Just the thought of it. But he was building a boat on the roof of a boat. How he said, man, how you supposed to get that thing
But ain't
down?
nobody surviving that.
So, yeah,
That
all
force.
that's gonna get wiped out,
You're
man.
done.
But the
You're just gonna be
idea
done if you
should understand that place is definitely.
you ain't on that chariot, you're done.
Yes.
You know?
But I'm just talking about the
Yeah.
tidal wave and
Yeah.
shit like that.
So that's what it's gonna cause, man. So you got fire, mushroom clouds, smoke, radiation, big ass tidal waves. Like that's why the scriptures talk about how terrible that day is gonna be.
And
There's already no food. There's already illness and pestilences.
Yeah.
And people killing one another. That was already going on.
not to mention this, it ain't gonna be no sunlight because
Yep, chariot and-
the sky's gonna be turned black from the ash and
Yeah, that's also in Isaiah 13. I mean, yeah, Isaiah 13. It says the sun shall be removed in darkness.
Joel too.
Yeah.
Joel also.
And also that's twofold too, because we know that lights represent wisdom.
Yeah.
They're not gonna have any answers for what's coming upon them. Let your monthly prognosticators and astrologers and stargazers, soothsayers, let them. That's Isaiah 47. So your light, they're the illuminated ones, right? Well, that light is gonna get put out that day. They ain't gonna have no answers from nobody because can't nobody stop what the Lord's gonna be doing. The Lord got to get his shit off, man. This is the day of the Lord's vengeance. Is the weapon? He's coming with the weapons of his indignation. That's what those missiles are. Those missiles are really his missiles. That's the Lord's heat.
It says, I have created the spirit.
Yeah,
That blow off the coals.
yeah. The missiles that they belong to the Most High. And these nations, they're just holding them for the Lord until he tell them like, all right, y'all can go ahead and bust.
Yeah.
I was gonna say real quick, there's another empire that had no answers also. Anybody know which one it was? It's an analogy for this place also, spiritually called.
Right.
No.
Think
Way before that. About 4 empires before Pompeii.
Who was the first captivity Israel went into?
Pharaoh's day, had no answer.
Yeah. After so many plagues, they had no answers.
Brother says Sodom and Egypt.
It was the right hand power versus the left hand power. Look at the example when Moses went up to Pharaoh and turned his staff into a serpent. His Magi's did the same thing. I'm talking about Pharaohs, but they couldn't duplicate all the plagues.
Yeah. And they reached their limit.
Yeah.
Look, the earth quaketh, and the foundations thereof, the sea ariseth up with waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled, and the fishes thereof also before the Lord and before the glory of his power.
You know it's gonna cause a lot of damage. Even it's gonna be a bunch of fish. You already see, like right now with the contaminations in the water, a lot of dead fish springing. A lot of You see fish kills. They just float up at the top of the water, just in masses, just hundreds of thousands of fish. Imagine that imagine how much you're gonna see that on the day of the Lord when the missiles hit. All that radiation and chemicals. It's gonna get crazy.
Hey, you know what? You think about this, you're gonna have the tidal waves. You're gonna have sharks and shit. You know, eating motherfuckers up.
If anybody remember, was it Florida? Just had that huge
Oh, a tornado? I mean, excuse me, a hurricane. Yeah,
They had sharks
Swimming in the streets.
swimming in the neighborhoods.
Yeah.
So if you did have a boat, let me get on this boat and get away. You got a shark right there. You had alligators in the water.
Verse 13, for strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow, his arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world.
Going back to when it was who's to the arrow, what was it said, beat was it dash to pieces? To the arrow dash somebody to pieces. That arrow that can be shot from the ends of the world. Because it's not a stone, sharpened stone with a snake. And the feather on it is exactly a nuclear missile going as intercontinentally to destroy a place.
Verse 14, behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. The fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundations of the earth. 16, like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward, even so the plague shall not be sent upon the earth, shall not return again. 17, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days?
That's when they got real scared. This was in the vision. He saw the nuclear destruction. He saw the tsunami waves. He saw all that shit in that vision.
Yeah.
And he saw himself there.
Yeah.
That's why he said, woe is me.
It reminds me of the brothers watch X-Men.
Yeah.
You know, when they go into that little simulation thing. Yeah.
Professor X is,
What is it
I
called?
forgot what I can't think what it's called.
Ah, shit.
With that chamber.
Yeah. That's what they kind of, it reminds me of. Like they actually play out scenarios within that that chamber.
I forgot what it's called. Yeah. It's a train room or something like that.
Hey, they got some shit down here they just built. The Sphere.
Yeah.
You go up in that motherfucker, it's, you see the whole screen and shit.
It's everywhere. It's like really
There's Jeremiah 50:9. For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves to array against her. From hence she shall be taken. Their arrow shall be as of a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain.
We read Isaiah 13. Get Isaiah 13 near the top. And shout out from a far country. They come from a far country. One of those verses right there near the top. Whoever.
Verse 5.
I don't know what it's verse 4 says. Just start at
Noise of a
4.
multitude.
Yeah, just read that.
4 through. Who got one? You read it? Who's reading?
Go ahead. Whoever got it. Whoever got it first. Go.
Isaiah 13, verse 4. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms, of nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts mustereth the host of the battle.
Yeah, because there's a sound that comes from those drones. That sound is gonna sound, man. It's gonna be loud, like there was a riot happening over at Container Park right now. There's 200 people. Could make that sound not like music. It could change it. They're all screaming and running and hitting on shit. That's what those are gonna sound like. It's gonna be a different type of tumultuous sound coming from. And if somebody's up in the mountains coming down to overtake it, it's got it.
They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord, and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. Howl ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand, and it shall come as a destruction from the Almighty.
Yep. That fire is gonna come out. You're gonna know it's the Heavenly Father that brought that type of destruction. That's funny to be when you mad at when you just pleased at the rivers. Like damn, it's that bad that what did they do? They getting fucked up too. The fish didn't even do shit, man. They just swimming.
Yeah.
Everything is going. You about to show the world I'm not fucking around with nobody. Everything over here is about to get it. Other places too, but everything over here is about to get it. There's no way around it. Everything is gonna get it. And those that come out them caves that somehow escape, where they escaping to? Escaping to chains.
Yeah, that's why you was reading Isaiah 14.
Yep, exactly. Because there will be some that make it out.
Was that
Ones that hid. You read that in Revelation, the 6th chapter.
Yeah,
It talks about how they was hidden up under the rocks.
Yeah.
Up in the holes.
had a case fall on us?
And the rocks fall upon us.
Amos.
Hide us from the wrath of the Lord.
Amos 9. Psalms 149. Is it? To bind them with.
It's in another chapter.
Is it bind them with chains and fetters, or the?
Yeah. So the Lord's gonna allow the elite to survive, only for them to get taken up and go right into captivity. They're gonna be the first crop of slaves.
Was it Ezekiel? I can't think of where it says that they're gonna bury the bodies.
Ezekiel 39.
39. I thought about to say 37, 39. Yeah.
There's gonna be dead bodies all over. We can't forget. Yeah, there's gonna be a nuclear war, but we can't forget all the casualties the Lord's gonna cause too. The Lord's gonna be over there in the Middle East, tearing shit up, blazing shit. They're gonna be zapping people over there. A lot of them soldiers that's gonna be over there, they're gonna be turning from fighting each other, and they're gonna try to fight the Lord, and the Lord just gonna do away with it. That's 2nd Ezra 13th chapter. He got a close-up view of the Lord, he saw a bunch of soldiers. You know, they probably got they have their tanks and Humvees and all these different vehicles with guns or certain missiles or torpedoes attached to them, and they're turning the nozzles and pointing them towards the Lord, and the Lord just zapping them.
Yeah.
All he saw was the dust and the smell of smoke.
When I saw this, I was afraid.
Yeah.
Like, shit.
You saw how right before it happened, they was all fearful, but the Lord was putting it in them to just try to fight it out anyway. That Will Smith and ID4 spirit. You know? They were afraid but durst fight.
It don't matter, bro.
You know Esau,
which one's that?
he ain't gonna go without a fight. You know? He ain't gonna go without a fight. That's why he think he can fight the Lord.
Yeah.
With all this technology he has right now, he got the space station, he got the space force. He got the Doom technology. He got weather modification. Hey.
It appears that he got it.
It appears like he got it like that. Like he can he got the power to wage war against a celestial being. That's that in his mind. That's what he thinks.
And that's the sentiment he's pushed down to the public, man.
Yep.
You know, his officers think the same thing because he believes it. And like we brothers did videos, I believe that was like a month and a half ago, where he was like, it was an Edomite speaking up on like a panel or whatever, He was like, you know why America won't ever lose? Oh, because we got the F-16.
Oh, yeah.
And we got this. And we got
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And we got that. You know, and brothers watching it just laughing because he's like, look at this fucking devil, man. He just think that this place is never going to fall. He forgot there's a higher power. But that's that pride. That's why the scripture says what? The pride of thine heart. Hath what? It has deceived you, man. And that's exactly.
Well, get that in was that Isaiah 10? It talks about the axe. Most of them against who and who.
Yeah.
Human.
Yeah.
Yeah, Isaiah 10 and
Jake thinks the same way. This video, you had a Jake family was pranking him about a UFO invasion. And the nigga said, go grab my gun. Yeah. Come on, man. Seriously? Jake thinks the same fucking way as himself, man.
Yeah, I got it. This is Isaiah 10 and 15. And it reads, shall the axe boast itself against him that heweth therewith? Or shall the saw magnify itself against him that shaketh it? As if the rod should shake itself against them that lift it up, or as if the staff should lift up itself as if it were no wood.
And then that goes, that ties you right into Potter's clay.
Yeah.
To the understanding of how Most High made us to do His will.
One lump unto honor, the other lump unto dishonor.
Yep.
yeah, all the power that he has, and the military might, the technology, the weaponry, the Lord gave that to him. How you gonna boast against the Most High who gave you what you pride yourself on?
We was thinking something earlier. We were talking about he wants resources, but everything in the world is he wants every resource to himself. But you didn't know that when you were given the dominion by Isaac, came from the Most High, ultimately, that it had an end because he gave your younger brother, he gave him everything.
Yeah. I already gave him everything.
I gave him everything. Nothing else to give him. Well, I guess I could. You're gonna get a little time to have everything under your power. This man's still trying to get completely everything under his power. He has all the door having, and he has all of that already. He has all the resources. He has all of that. But he wants more. He wants what Jacob got.
This is ultimately because this is Yahweh Shai's bro.
Yeah.
Yahweh Shai coming back to get what belongs to him. So that's another reason why the Lord's coming back for war. Y'all done messed up my earthly habitation.
Somebody break in your house, kick you out, and then they live in there. You ain't gonna regroup, and say, and then go back and take it back.
And they didn't put up pictures of themselves as they you.
And that's your shit though.
Yeah.
Your family's still in there.
It's not a house that you just bought. You built this house.
Yeah, you built it. You put your blood, sweat, and tears in the building up. Literally, you put blood, sweat, and tears into the whole way that this is and the way that it's gonna end up in the kingdom. If you think of it that way, So I mean, it's heavy. How you brothers feel about that? Y'all like participating like that? Because that's what you gotta be able to do.
Yeah.
So this is, it was funny when one of the pops said, we'll see who comes next week. We do it again, But if this is the job, this was
This was builds you in the spirit because you'll see what you know and you sharpen up on that, but you also see what you don't know. So you can go back and study and read over and watch videos and, because it's for y'all. It's,
the beauty of a body is when y'all didn't know something, what happened? Brothers gave it to you, or somebody else knew.
Yeah,
That's how a body works.
Another aspect as well is when you don't know and you put on the spot, you ain't gonna forget that no more. You're not gonna forget no more. Cause it's like, shit, it's cut. I don't know. You ain't gonna forget next time. Cause you're gonna hate the feeling. And that's gonna urge you to what? To become stronger and stronger within the word.
And it's for us. We get to see who's humble, we get to see all the little details in it. That's why I put that video in that chat too. Because they were, at Ariana and in Dallas, they was going into it. about what we're looking for in Great Millstone. Yeah, it's told that we're not in no new memories of Great Millstone from years back. But if you're a man of the Lord, it don't matter if you're a Great Millstone. But then there is a benefit of being in Great Millstone. And if you're of that cloth, you'll be in Great Millstone. But the point is, it ain't about being in Great Millstone, it's about being on the level of Great Millstone. You know, that's the main thing. How willing are you to sacrifice yourself to go do the work of the Lord? So all of these things are integral for the job that we've been hired to do, King of the Universe. You know? So, I don't know brothers have to say or
No, I mean,
or whatever else.
Basically, what we're doing, once you receive this, you got to go and do it too. That's just what it is. You receive it. You have been freely given it, freely
Give.
It's like you've been freely received, freely given. You know.
And then it's not that you run off and give to any old body. You give to people that want it.
Yeah.
You'll learn through. You don't have a lot of time, but you'll learn through experience.
Yeah.
To be able to be like,
You could
you see what just happened?
you could discern the spirit.
And if somebody else say that, you'd be like, okay, so let me throw a little bit of out there. Yeah, I read in the Bible, it said, prophecy says, boom, 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 and stuff start clicking. They may want or they may shut it down, and you kind of know.
That's what the scripture says in 1 John 4:1. Try the spirits to see whether or not they are of the Most High.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it's about, man. Because we're fishermen, as the scripture says. Hey, and every fish ain't clean. So it means what? You're gonna have to discern between who's worthy and who's not, man.
Those are
Hey, and they'll reveal themselves.
Those
And
are fish
that's
back.
if you're talking to people.
Yeah,
but,
right.
but once you're out teaching,
But
we just casting, you know, casting it out. Look out for it. They gotta come grab you too. Like you guys came to come get on the hook. You guys come get on. They gotta come get on the hook the same way. When they have questions, you're either able to answer, or let me get back to you. I gotta go get the answers. It's okay. You know, you're not supposed to know all
You
the
know,
answers.
2 Timothy 2. 2 and 2.
Yep. Whoever did it first. That's something awesome. Who wants to exercise and get it?
This 2 Timothy 2:2. And the things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit thou to faithful men, who shall be able to teach others also.
Yeah.
Same things you was given, you gotta pass that down. The way, and see, I don't want to say the way it was given to you, but because the elders had the spirit had
What you reading? What you
updated
just reading?
through the spirit certain things that were off. But that's not what we gotta do. We just gotta
First Timothy 2:2.
take it in, make it our own, not change it, make it our own. The way we tell it, pass it on the same way. Just like we gave it, give it out the same way. So they can get it, internalize it, take it out the same way. That the full house be edified, the full church be edified.
But see, it doesn't mean just go just because you see somebody that's an Israelite, you just go and just teach it to any random Israelite. It said, commit thou unto faithful men
Yes.
that will also
Go teach others also.
go and teach others also. In other words, like the Lord said, to go and get fruit that are meet for repentance. You know, because what we're a part of, this is something that's exclusive to the world. Not everybody can come into this. So this is basically what this is a secret. This is a big secret that only the elect can only get. So it's not going to be shared. It's not going to be shared with everybody. And even if people do try to learn the secret, if they're not of the elect, it's not going to stick with it.
Because the thing about that is, yeah, you can know all the precepts, but if you don't truly believe and have faith in this and in the doctrine, when the time comes to put everything you learn to the test, you're gonna revert back to bullshit in the world, Jesus Christ, Allah, or wherever your heart is at.
Isaiah 28:9. Whom shall he teach knowledge? And whom shall he make understand doctrine? them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast.
So if we went for the milk and draw from the breast, you've already done enough work that you get it. When it says sign and crime, you already run Ezekiel the 9th chapter, because you already feel like something ain't right. You already, in your own mind, can see this shit ain't like this shit. So you already kind of are watching. Like when I came in, just good testimony. When I came in, I was watching like Illuminati videos, the truth behind the music industry, how Britney Spears sings Jackson Smith's the demonic music, rapping, Bone Thugs, all of this Jay-Z and Lucifer songs, and so I already knew something was wrong. So when the truth came, we just kind of put it into perspective. And then it gave me a laser focus. That was about normal. That was part of normal. Well, people are going to already have something that they understand how this should be and how wrong the world that they actually live in is. They're going to want more. And if they're for this, then they're going to do the things. They'll do whatever it takes. They'll follow the Lamb. You read the Sunday, right? Wherever he goes. Follow the Spirit wherever he goes.
Verse 10. For precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept.
That was folks like, but you know, we know how to, we know how to speak.
He said about the secret.
Yep.
This is Romans 11 and 7. What then? Israel hath not attained that which he seeketh for, but the election hath attained it, and the rest were blinded.
Good. Somebody get Amos
3 and 7.
Yep.
I got Y'all brothers got it? No?
Somebody get also 2nd Ezra 12. Start at 36.
You can go ahead and read yours, brother.
You want me to start at 35?
30.
Someone gets Sirach 3 and 19.
This is 2nd Ezra 12 and 35. It says, this is the dream that thou sawest, and these are the interpretations. Thou only hast been meet to know the secret of the highest. Therefore write all these things that thou hast seen in a book, and hide them, and teach them to the wise of the people, whose hearts thou knowest may comprehend and keep these secrets. That's where the sermon comes in. You're not just going to cast your pearls before swine. You know? This is precious, so you want to give it to people that you have come to understand that, hey, this person can receive it.
You're going to treat it with
You know?
care. Would you loan your car to somebody that's got all kinds of violations on them?
DUIs and shit.
DUI, drugs and alcohol. You're not going to give it to somebody that's all out of pocket. You're going to give it to somebody, okay, bro. I got you. You know, that's going to, you can see in their face, you can see in the way they move, the way they treat themselves, they're going to take care of it.
And also, these, the elect are always going to be, they're going to be curious.
Yep.
They're going to ask questions. You know?
Constantly seeking.
Exactly.
That's exactly what Ezra was doing. All those revelations he was getting because he kept on seeking.
He was like,
He was fasting for
I was
weeks
gonna say,
at a
ran out, so he
time.
started fasting. Trying to get more. He wanted to know.
Yeah.
I got a quick one. Matthew, his brothers get other guns. Matthew chapter 13, verse, I'll start at 9. Who have ears to hear, let him hear, if this is given unto you, right? In your spirit it says, and the disciples came and said unto him, why speakest thou unto them in parables? He answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. So it's esoteric. It's not for everybody. Okay? It's for those that it's meant for. Everybody else, they're not going to treat it right anyway.
Brother got breeze?
I'm not calling one. You're not calling one?
Brother got
Someone called for Amos 3.
Yeah, read
7.
that.
This is Amos chapter 3, verse 7. Surely the Lord Yahweh will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets.
So the prophets either going to tell you the secret and you'll receive the secret if it's for you, if that Second Timothy 2 is happening. You'll receive it, and you'll learn it, and you'll teach it to other people that are able to receive it.
It's Wisdom of Solomon 7. I'll start at 27. And being but one, she can do all things, and remaining in herself, she maketh all things new.
Time out. Anybody know what this is talking about? This chapter's talking about?
I read it again. It's 27. And being but one, she can
This
do
is
all
chapter
things.
7, Wisdom of Solomon 7.
She can do all things, and remaining in herself, she maketh all things new. And in all ages entering into holy souls, she maketh them friends of Yahweh and prophets. You brother know what this is speaking of?
It's a certain
Starts with
type.
a W.
Say the answer. So.
It's the name of the book.
Yeah,
It's
it's
wisdom.
Right, because when
It's always like the she is.
when we go above, it says, for she is the breath of the Most High, a pure influence flowing from the Almighty. Right, it's talking about wisdom.
Then it's a wisdom by the faith.
Yeah, for now I didn't read too much. It says, for she is more moving than any motion. And that's why it says, when it says the breath, when we go back into the book of Ezekiel, the 37th chapter, it means what?
No, you good. You
The
good.
breath, what? They did what into the dry bones? Breath went into them. That's that wisdom. And they
And they were given the breath of life, became a living soul. This
Yep.
is that wisdom. From Genesis the 2nd chapter.
That was, I'm going to read 27, 28 again. It says, and being but one, she can do all things, and remaining in herself, she maketh all things new, and in all ages entering into holy souls, she maketh them friends of the Most High and prophets. For Yahweh loveth none but him that dwelleth with wisdom.
Somebody get John 15, 15, 13. That was
Ecclesiasticus Sirach 6 and 32. My son, if thou wilt, thou shalt be taught, and if thou wilt apply thy mind, thou shalt be prudent. If thou love to hear, thou shalt receive understanding, and if thou bow thine ear, thou shalt be wise. Stand in the multitude of the elders, and cleave unto him that is wise. Be willing to hear every godly discourse, and let not the parables of understanding escape thee.
Which one was it?
John 13.
John 15, 13.
15.
It is John 15 and 13 down. It says, greater love hath no man than this, that a man may lay down his life for his friends. Ye are my friends, if ye do whatsoever I command you. Henceforth I call you not servants, for the servant knoweth not what his
You can walk
Lord
through. You
doeth.
good.
But I have called you friends, for all things that I have heard of my Father I have made known unto you.
He said, because the servant knows not what his master do, but I have called you friends. So when we get these secrets, these mysteries revealed unto us, we get to know the mind of the Most High. This is the most coveted information ever on the planet. Ever. Everybody on the planet at some point in time has been seeking to understand if this book is true and the information out of this book. This is the most powerful.
It's the most sold book.
It is
I think one of y'all brothers sent it.
Yeah.
5 billion
Yeah,
copies.
she was saying that. The next one was like what?
Like some fucking communist Chinese book or some shit.
And it was like billions less.
Yeah, yeah. But that's the shit they propaganda they push to their people.
So they got a billion Chinese.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
John Wick.
I got another one.
Yeah, what also makes this a secret is that people try to figure it out and can't get it. Like it says in 1 Corinthians 2, that the natural man receives not the things of the Spirit because they are foolish unto him. Neither can he discern them because they're spiritually discerned. You know?
I gotta pray.
Like when we talk about reincarnation, a lot of dudes that's not learned have fucks with their head. They can't really grasp that concept. Like reincarnation, cool. What about resurrection? If you teach reincarnation, then you don't believe in resurrection. See, that's where you're wrong. Right. I can point scriptures where a resurrection occurred, and I can also point in a scripture where it's talking about reincarnation. You can't get it because it's a secret to you. We've been open to the secret. We received the secret. Like when he told them about John being Elijah coming back, if he said if you could receive it,
If you can receive
because basically this is secret.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's really secret. You know, the rest of Israel don't know this, but I'm revealing it to you.
Like playing into the whole. Oh, and speaking of right? And speaking of to that, it is plain because to break down the difference between reincarnation and regeneration, you just got to break the word up. You know what re means? We know re means back. Gene, generation, gene, back in the gene. Or carnation, back in the carnate. What is that? Flesh, back in the flesh. It's see how simple it is for us. These people, but what is it? James.
Back, it's like rebuild back or again. Like when you break down that, you know, it could be flesh again, or you know, again in the flesh. Resurrection, it means a thing risen or risen again. All right. Like you had Elijah, when he rose that woman's son up from the dead. That was an act of resurrection.
It also happened to Tabitha.
Yeah, when Lazarus got resurrected, because he was brought back in that same body.
Yeah, he
didn't go into the spiritual realm and then come back as a baby through another womb. No, you come back and you get risen back up in that same body. That's resurrection. Reincarnation is you dying, going to the spiritual realm, and then you coming back generations later in a new body. Okay. That's a secret. A lot of people can't grasp that concept. They'll say, "Oh, that's you teaching Hinduism." No, but Hindus, they're talking about a transformation into a whole nother species.
The scriptures, we know the scriptures go against that. Corinthians 15. Did all flesh is not the same flesh.
And they also talk about astral projection. Talking about that's a Hindu concept, astral projection. Well, what was Apostle Paul talking about when he said that he said he could not tell whether he was in the body or out of the body. What does that mean? Astral projection is literally that, you having an outer body experience.
The spirit leaves your body.
Your spirit leaves your body for a period, you know, a little short period of time. That's what happened to him.
He said he seen the kingdom.
He went back in the same flesh, right?
Yeah.
Because it was needful for him to come back.
Because what happened to him?
Because what would happen?
He got stoned.
Yep.
That's when he went through the
Paul.
spiritual realm and came back, right?
Done.
Because think about it, if he had to be resurrected to be able to do the work, to continue doing the work, need for him to be here, though he'd rather be in the presence of the Lord.
Yeah.
But if he think about if he went back through that whole process again, it would have been a different age, and it would have been a different.
Yeah.
Nobody would have recognized who he was. You know?
It was the Lord's will and His lot for him to continue.
In that time. Right.
Barakatah.
I have one real quick. You know, you have one right now.
Now I'm looking for this
What was you looking
I don't want to change spirit.
Someone give us a rock 3 and 19.
Yeah, that's
There
what
go.
he called. I was trying to think somebody got you got it first.
Actually, 3 and I'll start at 18.
Yep.
The greater thou art, the more humble thyself, and thou shalt find favor before the Lord. Many are in high place and of renown, but mysteries are revealed
It
unto
stopped,
me.
but it's still like
Yep, but
We
the
probably
mysteries are revealed into the meat.
16 minutes maybe from 3.
So these mysteries are given to those that are working. Y'all got it?
It is. 2 Corinthians 12.
He found it.
You got it? You got it?
Yeah, he did it.
That is 2 Corinthians 12, and I'll start talking. It is not expedient for me, doubtless, to glory. I welcome to visions and revelations of the Lord. I knew a man in Yahushua above 14 years ago, whether in body I cannot tell, or whether out of the body I cannot tell. Yeah.
Whether in the body or whether out of the body, I just can't tell.
Yeah.
So
How?
he's had an outer. He's explaining that he had an he must have had an outer body experience.
Just say I once knew a man.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
It says, Yahweh knoweth such a one caught up to the third heaven. And I knew such a man.
And that's right, because the scriptures tell you, who knoweth that the spirit of man goeth upward. Right?
Back to the Father revealed.
So he was caught up to the third heaven. So he went to the spiritual realm for a little bit. Go ahead.
And I knew such a man, whether in the body or out of the body, I cannot tell. Yahweh knoweth how that he was caught up into paradise and heard unspeakable words which it is not lawful for a man to utter.
Meaning, not saying that it's against the law to speak in the spiritual realm. No, he was basically saying my words won't even do it justice what I experienced and seen in this place of paradise.
Pretty much left speechless.
He was speechless. You know?
He said I knew a man.
Yeah, come.
Who's that man?
Oh, that's an inside right there. I remember that. Oh man, that was funny. Go ahead, bro.
Continuing. Of such a one will I glory, yet of myself I will glory. I will not glory, but in mine infirmities. Yeah, I'll stop the next verse. For though I would desire to glory, I shall not be a fool, for I will say the truth. But now I forbear, lest any man should think of me above that which he seeth me to be, or that he heareth of me.
Yeah. So I mean, that's stuff like that. People don't know, like, these are like, I mean, like when we read it, it's plain to us. We see it's right there in the scriptures, but some people, they just can't grasp these concepts. They'll be in denial even after reading it.
Yeah. It don't say that.
Just like when we do with reincarnation, Yahushua was directly telling them that John the Baptist is the reincarnation of Elijah the prophet.
Yeah.
And they still will, no, that's not what he meant. It meant that he went in the spirit of Elijah.
Yeah.
So what was it some type of sorcery going on or something?
Even when Yahweh Shai says, "Who do they say I am?"
Yeah. Right.
Some say this prophet. How could he?
Bro, then he said, "Oh, flesh and blood have not revealed this unto thee." Hey, but the spirit, man.
Yeah.
My Father,
which is in heaven.
Certain things that people just can't get.
When you read up in that chapter, Matthew 11.
Well, what I was just saying.
Anyway, when we talk about this is Elijah the prophet.
Yeah, Matthew 11.
Right? But if you read that in Malachi, it tells you Elijah the prophet must come back first.
Yeah.
And then Yahushua quotes that exact prophecy as it happened already.
Even he quoted Isaiah. John the Baptist quoted Isaiah 40.
Who is this?
Yeah, he was just that come up in the wilderness, that cry from the wilderness. Yeah, man, he knew, he at least knew that. But when they asked him, was he Elijah, he was like, nope. Of course you ain't gonna know who you are in your past life. There's no remembrance of yeah.
Think if you knew. Think if you knew you was Prophet Joe. If you knew that, how would you act differently on the earth? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he got a high pride from man. You gotta hide that. So he has ways to keep him up.
That's a good point.
And that's what
Job could be any one of you brothers, man.
Yeah.
Well, I think Job was a Issachar, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So
that's why
you Issachar brothers can be Job. You never know.
You never know.
But that's not going to be revealed to you. It's just,
All that matters is that spirit is of the elect.
Yeah.
He's gonna do whatever it takes to be in the right spot at the right moment.
Whoever you are, your lot is you coming in your lot, and the scriptures say, "Let thy prophets be found faithful." So whatever portion they was given, they're gonna carry forward with that portion. So yeah, man, it's just a lot of these different things. That's why it's a secret. You know, Yahushua told his disciples, because it is given to you, but unto them it was not given. So if you wonder, like, you know, a lot of Jake be like, well, why people don't be stopping, and why is it just y'all out, like, if you only understood what this is, people don't understand the gravity of this, man.
Yeah. It's beautiful. It's only for a select few. It's not, man.
You see in
Consider yourself privileged to even know this, man.
I was just gonna use an analogy.
You're blessed.
One of the analogies is these major sports figures or whatever, or even actors, they get the Oscar. That's the top award for acting, right? Yep. The top award for being an athlete is the Hall of Fame, right? A small amount of people make it there. Like the All-Star game is one thing. To win a championship is another thing, but to be in the Hall of Fame, you're one of the best ever to do.
Yeah. You think about those people that go to those seminary theologian schools or whatever. They study tirelessly, pay money to try to get this, and they can't fucking get it. They still like, man. They try, they study, they go into the history, they go into different books.
You see how we able to? You see how, like, because we appear like, we're uneducated. People would consider a lot of us illiterate or whatever. We don't speak as eloquent. We're not college grads. We didn't get our theologian degree, but yet dudes that's coming with them credentials getting mutilated in this.
Yeah. Learning from us,
man. We point out all type of, like, that Dr. Brown guy.
Yo, he been getting his ass.
Doctor, you ain't no doctor.
He been getting his ass whipped for about 2 or 3 weeks now, man.
You getting your ass handed to you, man. Talk about some scholarship and all that.
Right.
You couldn't even get Deuteronomy 28:62 right. When you think about it, it says that they're going to be few in number among all nations, but here it is. There's hundreds of millions of Puerto Ricans, and in the Mexicans, there's this population, tens and hundreds of millions of them. So how does they fit that curse? Oh, they're not the people.
Even his
When you dummy. That's talking about when the nations came into Jerusalem and carried us off, it was going to be left a remnant of us in the land. What are you talking about? That had nothing to do with the overall population of Israel.
bro.
The Lord already said that we would be as the sand of the sea.
Yeah.
That cannot be measured nor numbered.
What did they say? What was it? Rebecca would be a mother of billions or some shit.
Hundreds of thousands of millions.
Thousands of millions.
Bro, even with his argument saying about circumcision, I was like, bro, you forgot about grace. You forgot about all of the important factors.
Weightier matters.
Yeah, the weightier matters.
He forgot about what happened with Timothy and Titus.
Yeah.
They had to get circumcised later on.
Timothy's pops.
Yeah.
Was
he was a Greek.
Yeah.
He was into the Greek fashion, the Greek custom.
He wasn't a Greek, but he was into it.
Which they were being called Greeks.
Yep. Hellenized.
Because they were Hellenized, man.
By custom.
You can walk through.
Yeah, so same thing with us. That doesn't mean that we're not Israelites because we didn't know we were Israelites. Our parents didn't know that they were Israelites. So they didn't, some of us, they didn't get us circumcised on the 8th day. They didn't know.
Right.
When you discontinue from your heritage, all that goes. So yeah, that's, they don't know the secrets, man.
Not at all.
The wisdom of this world is foolish. The Lord, he's demonstrating it.
Scripture said, many kings and prophets have desired to see those things which ye see.
Y'all know?
This is Matthew 7:13. Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in there, because the straight The straight is the gate, and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it.
That's talking about the path. A lot of people gonna try to enter into the path of this thing, and it's just not, because they're not of the elect. They're gonna find their way wandering off the path. They're gonna be redirected off the path by false prophets, seducing spirits. You know, they're gonna go to where, you know, people of the world are congregating. People want to go where they see other people,
where it seems comfortable.
There's no greater or more uncomfortable place. And think about it. If you know, how many movies have been made like this? That one guy knew the secret. Everybody's trying to get it out to the point that they're damn near trying to kill him because he had, you know, that's this. That's this. This is such a precious gift and a precious gem and a precious, so precious, man, that we were given that other people are gonna hate us for having it. The fact that they can't get it. That's why they're gonna blame us. They're about to blame us for causing all the problems on the earth is gonna fall on us.
That's what happened back then during the time of the Acts.
Everything is our fault.
Yeah,
These men just filled Jerusalem.
Turn this place upside down.
The world upside down. Yeah.
Much studying has made you mad.
All that.
One that I want to kind of touch on was I'm sure Brother Lord Amos, the 8th chapter, famine of the word is coming. For those same many people that are going to be wandering trying to find it, they're going to be going to and fro. And it doesn't matter where they're going, what they're doing, they're never going to find it. It's not meant for them.
They can hit the roof.
As long as that it's meant to get, I'm going to get it. You know, I don't want to go too deep into everybody about the wrap up. We just want to also keep that in perspective. So that don't mean that we won't be cut off too with our understanding if we don't get as much as we can.
Yeah.
So study to show ourselves approved, a workman that need not be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth.
Get it all now. Get it all while the getting is good.
Yeah.
The internet is going.
Write them notes down. Keep them notebooks, because you have like I got notebooks and I look over stuff like, damn, I wrote that down. Yeah. You know, some of the things, because you're not going to read, it's damn near impossible to retain everything, but try to retain as much as you can.
Process of that is John State.
Yeah. Scripture says, I believe in Sirach 38, 12, I believe it's 12. We always bring it out. It says, basically, learn man, wisdom cometh by opportunity of leisure, you know? Basically paraphrasing. So in your free time, hey, actually get to studying, man. You know, I know you be tired, you know, we dealing with hell, jobs, children if you have it, woman. Hey, but you need that private, intimate time with Yahweh Shemel Shai so you can grow in the spirit, man. Because it's needed. You can watch all the videos you want. Hey, if you don't actually sit down and you know, study, take out your sword and read, because reading helps a lot, man. Reading helps a lot. Going through these accounts, hey, whether it be accounts of faith, hey, even the histories, to understand the ways of times, you know, what the prophets went through in that time, which prophets were alive during that time period. All those things help, man. Yeah. They help real. Different trials, they help. Read, man.
Comfort.
Brother Ramzan, you guys understand how he had his mind working. So if you can line up prophecies by looking at and measuring time even better, more diligently, it's funny that word is used there. If you can tell what's going on, you can better see more clearly, understand what's going on. Like who we think Trump is? Nero. Because if you get into Nero, it's a historical thing, historical figure, you can start lining up where we're at, what's going on. There's certain details like that. It's not on everybody's meant to be like this, but if it's on yours, they get it.
As the apostles always say, to know the mystery, you must know the history. Yeah. So the deeper you're into the history, it's gonna help your spirit, man.
Thanks.
And that's like when you mentioned Trump being Nero. I remember it was a rally. It was like a Trump rally, and they had like a depiction of the face of Trump, and they had a Roman corona on his head, and it said Caesar.
He looked like another Caesar I seen too. I can't think of his name.
Yeah. Well, that's Nero. That's definitely Nero.
He lit that fire, man.
But yeah, and with that, we're gonna close. We're gonna give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh.
Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Kakuraj.
The honors to the elder apostles, bishops of the great millstone of the well. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the fellow laborers, the tabernacle of David, the hopeful elect. We say Shalom, wa brother Thumb, and Abba.
Babo.